Hey, it's Shani with Wild at Heart. This is a controversial topic, and it shouldn't be. If you look at the numbers, you look at the statistics and the reality, I think you will come to the same understanding that I have come to. What is killing the most cats? Is it cars? Is it wildlife? Is it coyotes? Is it disease? Is it old age?
The number one threat to cats today is animal shelters. They kill more cats than anyone else, so the organizations that were created to protect cats are the ones actually killing them. This is a hard fact to accept. I work at an animal shelter, and when I first heard this, I admit I was triggered. But I researched the stats and I changed my perspective. This is not to vilify animal shelters. Shelters are amazing and vital. Most shelters are doing the best that they can with the resources they have. So how can we save more cats? How can we help shelters to drastically reduce the cats they are having to euthanize?
The bottom line is that animal shelters were not made or designed for cats.
Animal shelters make cats sick, stressed, and the possibility of euthanasia is very real for a lot of cats in shelters. The majority of cats in shelters are housed in cages. This confinement goes against every natural instinct and need they have. It causes tremendous stress, and stress equals illness. But stress can also cause possible behaviors that are deemed as unadoptable. Let's go over the stats on quote-unquote stray cats nationally over the last 10 years.
75% of cats in shelters are brought in as strays. Only 2% of those cats are reclaimed by their guardians. 24% are adopted out. And the number that's the most shocking, 71% of those cats are killed. So how do we help shelters? How do we reduce the number of cats killed in shelters every single year? Stop bringing healthy stray/community cats into shelters. The disclaimer is, if a cat is sick or injured, obviously you need to intervene. You need to get that cat help. Bringing them to the shelter is still not your best option, but I know not everybody has the time or space or resources to take in an injured or sick cat into their home. So if that is your last resort to bring them into a shelter, that's obviously better than leaving them out to suffer and die.
Some people might say that their local shelter is a no-kill shelter and that they aren't killing cats like other big city shelters are. But all shelters are connected. Those bigger open intake shelters rely heavily on smaller shelters to take in animals who are at risk of euthanasia. So if shelters are inundated with healthy stray cats, they cannot help the cats who actually need them. Look back at the stats. 75% of cats brought to shelters are considered stray. Of that group of cats, 71% are euthanized. We need to rethink how we are sheltering cats.
A lot of well-meaning people see cats outside and they automatically think that that cat is suffering, that that cat should not be outside. That is not the case. And this is where the idea of community cats is very difficult for a lot of people. So I'm going to keep repeating this fact. Respect the home the cat has chosen. The fact is, so many cats live full and wonderful lives living outside.
Remember, cats are still wild at heart, and many of them thrive outside, and we should not be taking the home they know and love. The sad truth is, they have a better chance at survival outside than they do inside a shelter.
Some people think that just because a cat is social, that they want to live with people.
That's just not true. Social community cats do love their homes, they do need to be fixed, and they do love people. But in the same sentence, they also don't want to live inside, don't need to be quote-unquote rescued, and don't always love people. So let's all say it together. Stop bringing healthy stray community cats into shelters.
Another point is that some cats do not thrive in an indoor-only situation. I have seen it time and time again at my shelter and at other shelters where someone has been feeding a quote unquote stray cat. They're super friendly and they feel like they're doing the good thing. They take the cat from their home and they bring the cat to the shelter. Number one, the cat is now extremely stressed out, which leads to illness, which can lead to euthanasia, or they're euthanized for space because shelters have too many cats as it is. Other times, the cat is eventually adopted out into a home, but then the cat has immense behavior issues. They're not using the litter box. They're attacking people. They're wild. They're jumping on things.
That's a cat that's really frustrated with the situation that they're in. Most cats that are surrendered into shelters are due to behavior issues. Cats are not afforded many choices in life, but we can respect the homes they have chosen and not force them into very unnatural situations and then punish them when they don't conform. The solution for community cats is TNR, trap, neuter, return, but all companion animals should be spayed or neutered. TNR is the most effective way at managing cat population.
Some countries, states, and cities remove or kill community cats when that does the opposite of what they want.
When people remove or kill community cats, the result can be what is called the vacuum effect. This is when cats are removed from an area, but the resources in that area stay the same. Therefore, when you remove a group of cats, more will just filter in because the resources are still there. I want to share a really interesting case study that was done in Tanzania. They had two areas, Area 1 and Area 2, that had about the same population of community cats. In Area 1, they used the catch and kill method. In Area 2, they used just TNR. In Area 1, where they used catch and kill, they removed 30% of the population from that group of cats. In Area 2, they TNR'd every single cat in that area. Most people would believe that the population would drastically decrease in Area 1 because they removed 30% of the cats. But in fact, in Area 1, where they removed and killed 30% of the population, they found that the population actually increased by 75 to 200%. Whereas in Area 2, where they solely did TNR, the population stayed the same. And once they stopped removing cats in Area 1, the population went back down to what it was before. Catching, removing, and or killing cats is a short-term solution that is just not effective at all. A lot of people are focusing on the short term versus the long term. They want immediate results. But for long-term results, TNR is the most effective method at reducing the cat population. Keeping cats solely indoors is a relatively new idea. In fact, in some places in Europe, they will not adopt a cat to you if you plan to keep your cat 100% indoors. We need to realize that some people have indoor-outdoor cats and some people have outdoor-only cats. It doesn't make those cats any less loved or cared for. Going back to the statistics of lost or stray cats being taken into shelters, only 2% of those cats are reclaimed by their guardians. So many times, cats are taken from their neighborhoods and brought into shelters when they do have guardians that very much love them, but don't even think of contacting the shelter when their cat disappears. Unfortunately, lower income neighborhoods are routinely targeted and their animals are taken and brought to shelters. Please don't take someone's cat. Remember that when you remove a cat from the neighborhood they know and love, their chances of returning home drastically decreases. So cats who may or may not be lost have a much better chance of finding their way home if you simply just leave them alone or speak with your neighbors. In conclusion, we can save the lives of cats if we simply begin to rethink how we view cats and how they share this world with us. So, we're going out there, we're TNRing, we're helping sick and injured cats, we're talking to our neighbors, we're respecting the cats' homes that they've chosen, we're avoiding shelters, and we're going to continue to go back and look at those damning statistics. I know this is a very difficult subject for a lot of you. My goal in making this video is to save as many cats' lives as possible. The way that we can do that is to shift our perspective on community cats and how we currently shelter cats. I beg you, go back and look at the slide with those statistics. When I read those stats, it killed me. We can have such a positive and life-saving impact on cats if we just begin to rethink how we view cats in the homes that they have chosen and the homes that they are thriving in. I just want all of us to give cats a fighting chance. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please share so we can prevent cats from being killed in shelters. Please subscribe, follow, like, and share. Thanks for caring about cats, and as always, let's keep cats wild at heart, safe in the homes that they have chosen, and thriving in the places that they love.